Hello there, friend Brian Webb, Florida Executive Realty, taking a look at the market in Zephyrhills, a growing and expanding area, no doubt. Let's take a look at some local market information as well as some broader stuff to get a better picture of what's happening in and around the area. Let's dive into it. You may or may not have seen this circulating around, but it's a bunch of economists and their prediction about what's happening in the housing market in the United States over the course of 2026. And you average everything out there, predicted price growth of 1.4-ish percent. And I'm going to show you some stuff here in a minute that is a little different, and we're going to take a look at what it means for us in this in our local market. Okay, it's a fascinating graphic showing the number of people with greater than 6% rates compared to the number of people with less than 3%, which they locked in during the pandemic, either through purchase or refinance. We get it. Life happens. People have to move for various reasons. Family changes, job changes, and now we're getting to the point where people are making more voluntary moves because perhaps they've built up enough equity in their home that they purchased back in like 2019, early 2020, 21 even, and they're making the choice to move into something that is more suitable to them. The idea of golden handcuffs is lessening. That is where the rates make it just about impossible to move. That's becoming less and less of a thing, and will continue to progress in that direction. There have been a number, and there will always be people who are doom and gloomers saying that the market is going to collapse, the sky is falling. It happened in 2008. It's going to happen now. And so I want to keep track of it. I don't want to just dismiss that as hogwash, but I do want to keep track of data. So this was published by Florida Realtors, and you see the December 24 and December 25. Really no change. The distressed market is a fraction of a fraction of what actually is sold out there. And so it really has no meaningful impact on home sales. Of course, it has tremendous impact on the people who are experiencing these situations, and my heart goes out to them. But as far as an avalanche of homes coming onto the market in foreclosure or short sale, it is just not the case. But we'll keep an eye on this data. Things may change, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a very impactful thing for the foreseeable future. Stay tuned. Now, if you get my newsletter and if you would like to receive it, I send one out every 2 weeks. Text or email me your information there. You've seen this chart. I wanted to give a snapshot of what happened uh, or year over year from December to June to December to June for the past 5 years or so. And something very fascinating happened in December 2025. We went from about 5 or 6 months in a row of negative year over year price decline to plus 7% in the month of December. Really, this reflects what we saw going on in the market in general, of a bubbling, a percolation of buyer activity as rates changed to get dipped into the fives for a while. And we see this happening. So some of it may be the type of property, but there's enough of a sample size here. You see, it's just not even 200 fewer homes sold in December than in June, and June's really usually a really busy month. So December was a hopping month as well, and a plus 7% increase from year over year. Now, this is 1 month, and 1 month is not a trend, but we'll keep an eye on this. What's going to happen, most likely, is that in January, prices will come down from that $512,000 mark uh, because it happens every January. December is a high point. Seasonally, January gets a little bit lower. But if that changes, man, that'll tell us something interesting for sure. And then again, these are average sale price. Median is the number I like to use a little bit better because it takes out the extreme highs and extreme lows and hits that 50% mark right in the middle. However, this will be something to keep an eye on. And again, one more thing before we jump to Zephyrhills specifically. This is market wide, so all of our MLS, it covers a very wide range, very wide area. But let's take a look at what happened in Zephyrhills, shall we? All right, I have 2 months here for you, color coded, January in white, February in red. existing home sales and their stats. Not much change, not no change really in median list price. Days on market pretty much the same, with an increase in existing homes for sale. These are actively available right now, 357 homes in Zephyrhills. All right, I talked about the percolation, the bubbling, the increased activity in our market. And so here again, you see uh, existing homes under contract in the month of January and December, of course. The days on market pretty much the same. The median list price about the same, but December was not slow. January was not slow either. We're going to see what how that continues in the months ahead. But let's take a look at sold properties as well as new construction and what those look like. It's quite different. Okay, a lot of stuff here. These are sold properties from December to January. Big drop in existing home sales. Median days on market, list price went down a few percent. But my goodness, look at this new construction. We had 37 sales that were entered into the MLS with a median sale price of 450,000. So the median price there is definitely higher than the 380,000. But that average sale price of 559K was a bit surprising to me. So let me take a look real quick. The average sale price of all homes, sorry, existing homes was 475. We have a $90,000 ish delta gap between the average sale price from existing homes to new construction. That is something significant. So let's keep an eye on that in the future too, shall we? Come back for more in the months ahead, and I'll keep you updated. And of course, if you have any questions about what this means for you in your situation, you want some more insight, I'm happy to reach out and have a conversation. I love bringing clarity to a process and a market that is sometimes confusing. A lot of competing information out there. My name is Brian Webb. I'm with Florida Executive Realty. You can find my information there. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great month. Bye.